Hey everyone, welcome back to International Affairs Review. Today we're diving into the decades-long saga of the Kashmir conflict that has erupted once again in 2025. This picturesque Himalayan region remains a hotspot between two nuclear-armed neighbors, India and Pakistan. Let's unpack this complex history, from its origins in 1947 to the current crisis. So grab a seat and let's get started. The story begins in 1947, when British India was divided into two nations, India and Pakistan. Pakistan, with its Muslim majority, and India, predominantly Hindu, emerged as rivals. But the real twist? Kashmir, a beautiful valley in the Himalayas, was undecided. Its ruler, Maharaja Hari Singh, was a Hindu, but the population was mixed. Initially he resisted joining either nation. However, when Pakistani militias invaded in late 1947, Singh sought India's help, agreeing to accede to India in exchange for military protection. This triggered the First IndoPak War over Kashmir, and thus began decades of strife. In January 1949, the first war ended with UN intervention, establishing a ceasefire line. India controlled roughly two-thirds of Kashmir, while Pakistan held the rest. This line was meant to be temporary, but a political solution never came. Tensions flared again in 1965 when Pakistan launched a covert offensive, escalating into a full-scale war. It ended in just 3 weeks with a peace agreement in 1966, but the promise of non-violence was soon broken. Fast forward to the 1980s, and we see political turmoil in Kashmir, worsened by disputed elections in 1987. This sparked an insurgency, leading to years of conflict. The valley saw years of bombings, shootouts, and abductions. By the 2000s, violence had waned, but the damage to Indo-Pak relations was severe. In 1999, a glimmer of hope appeared when Pakistan's Nawaz Sharif and India's Atal Bihari Vajpayee pledged to normalize relations. However, the peace process was derailed by another conflict in Kashmir as Pakistani infiltrators seized Indian territory. Post-1999, Kashmir stayed heavily militarized with frequent unrest. The last major flare-up came in 2019 when a bombing killed 40 Indian soldiers, prompting Indian airstrikes on Pakistan. Later that year, Prime Minister Narendra Modi revoked Kashmir's special autonomy, a status it had held since 1947. Troops flooded in, communications were cut, and thousands were imprisoned. This crackdown stunned the world but seemed to reduce terrorism and boost tourism, though many saw it as a fragile peace. That illusion shattered in April 2025, when militants killed 26 tourists near Pahalgam, igniting the current crisis. India launched strikes on 9 sites, killing over 20 people. Pakistan denied involvement but called it an act of war and vowed retaliation. As of now, the region teeters on the edge. The Kashmir dispute remains a global flashpoint. What do you think the future holds? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to International Affairs Review for more global analysis. Thanks for watching.